Hello and welcome back, everyone. What an exciting week we have entered. Today is the 12th day of Nisan, 12th day of Aries, the final day of the 12 days, um, which means we're controlling the month of Adar, Pisces. Final day, final month of the zodiac, and leading up to the 13th. And then, of course, the night of the 13th. We're gonna do the searching of chametz. 14th, well, the night of the 14th, right? When the 14th in the morning, we'll do the burning of chametz, and then, of course, Wednesday night is the seder, the first day of Pesach. So we have a very, very exciting week. A lot of energy, a lot of light to be revealed. A lot of importance to this week. Just reminding everyone about the schedule. There's a different schedule this week. We will have class Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We will not have class Thursday and Friday this week, but we will have class Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday next week. Okay. So just we posted the schedule. The schedule's been emailed. Just pay attention to the days we do and don't have class, so you don't miss any of the fun. We have just 11 sessions or so till the end of this portion. We're going to be starting a new portion on April 20th, the portion of Miketz. So you don't want to miss any of that. And also, those who are here know about the time change. So class is, of course, back to normal time. Okay, let's begin with the prayer of the Ari to help open up our hearts. Here we go. Meditating to draw all this light to continue to clean our inner chametz. Use the light of the Zohar to burn away any ego and limitation within, any fears, any separation between us and the Creator, us and others, awakening more love. ריבון העולמים ואדוני האדונים אב הרחמים וסליחות ותהי מנחם לפניך אדוני אלוהינו ודרכותינו בגידה ובשתחווה שקראותנו תורתך ולעבודתך עבודת הקודש ונתת לנו חלק בסודות תורתך הקדושה ואנו מחיינו שעשיתי עמנו חסד גדול כזה. על כן אנחנו מפילים תחנוננו לפניך שנמחו ותסלח לכל חטאותינו ועוונותינו ועד יובנתנו מברידים אלינו לבניך וכן יוסף לך אדוני לבבינו שתכונן את לבבינו ליראתך ולעבודתך ותקשיב אוזניך לבנאל ותפתח לבבינו הרע בסודות תורתך ויהי לזה נחלוך לפני חסך ולכך ניחוח ותעשה עלינו עמק כל נשמתנו בכל בחינתנו ושיתנוצצו ניצוצות לבדיך הקדושים שהיה דוד ליט את דבריך בעולם וזכותם 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 ותמיתם וקשתם יעמוד לנו ועל הקשר ביתו עמד וזכותם תערננו ומה שאנו יודעים כמאמר נעים זה מהירות ישראל גל ענה וביטן נפלא מתורתך כי אדוני ייתן חוכמה מפי דעת ותבונה. All right, chapter 19, paragraph 195. So we've gone through, we just went through the whole story of Yehuda and Tamar and that whole process of the reincarnation of his children and how the Creator guided the whole thing. Now we're changing kind of pace and we're going to Joseph, going to see what's happening with Joseph in Egypt after his brothers sold him. So, chapter 19, and Joseph was brought down to Egypt. Here we go. Yosef hurad Mitzrayma. Joseph was taken down to Egypt. Vayikneu Potiphar seis paro sar tabachim. And the Potiphar was one of the chief stewards of Pharaoh, Ish Mitzri. He was an Egyptian man. Miyad Ishmaelim, Potiphar bought him from the Ishmaelites who bought Joseph from his brothers. Asher horiduhu shama, who had brought him there. So Potiphar is obviously going to be a very important person, not just because he himself plays an important role in kind of Joseph's story, but also his wife. As we know, she tries to seduce Joseph, as we'll see. Uh, so here we go, paragraph 195. Yosef My hurad. When it says that Joseph was taken down to Egypt, why does it say he was taken down to Egypt? And if you'll notice, when we spoke about the story of Judah, it also says Vayered Yehuda me'etechav, and Judah went down from his brothers. Right? The whole story is speaking about. Again, we're not here talking about a story. You have to always make sure we remember that. But the Torah here is discussing from different perspectives everyone who's kind of going down. Right? So obviously Jacob's in a state of depression. As we said, Reuben's in a state of depression. Jacob because he lost his son, not thinking he's dead. Reuben because he tried to save Joseph and he wasn't able to. Yehuda goes down and he ends up, you know, doing what, in his opinion, would not be a very good thing, right? Sleeping with a prostitute. But really, the Creator guided that whole process. But he also went down. And now we hear how Joseph goes down into Egypt. And as we said before, while the Midrash says that while everyone was in sadness and negativity, experiencing darkness, it says, what was the Creator doing this whole time? The Creator was creating the light of Mashiach. The Creator was busy, while everyone was busy in their darkness, wallowing in their, I don't know if self-pity, but everyone was in a state of disconnection and darkness. The Creator was preparing the light of the end of the correction. The Creator was preparing the light of Pesach. The Creator was preparing the light of the final redemption. So this is another, right, that just setting the scene, understanding that it was Joseph going down. But what it says, my hurad, what does it mean he went? What does it mean he was brought down? Who brought him down? Really, the creator agreed to that act, the act of Joseph being sold down into Egypt. As you said before, the creator acted with the brothers when they sold him as a slave. The creator was directly involved in the whole process. Beit Ben. Yeah, this is a typo. It should be a nun. Ben Abetarim. That that the Creator made a covenant with Abraham, saying that your children will be slaves in a strange land. When the Creator told Abraham, you're gonna have many children, you're gonna, be blessed with many, many things. As the Creator told Abraham, you're going to have many blessings, but your children are going to be slaves in a land, unknown land, for 400 years. So this was part of the process of beginning the slavery. Joseph had to go down to Egypt, and then eventually all the brothers went down with Jacob, and then after all the brothers died, then the slavery began. And therefore, when it says that he was brought down, who brought him down? It was the Creator brought him down. It was from the heavens that he was brought down. It was the Creator took him down to Egypt. Then it says Vayikneh Potiphar, when it says that Potiphar bought him. Why did Potiphar buy him? Now, by the way, Potiphar, I think I read that he was, like the chief executioner of Pharaoh. So he had a very interesting job, obviously. But it says, why did Potiphar buy him? Lista chata kanale. He bought him to not do very positive spiritual things with him. He saw that Joseph was very beautiful, and he was attracted to him, and he bought him to, you know. So that's why he bought Joseph. Paragraph 196. Patach ve'amam, come and see. Right, so he bought him as a slave, which means he could do whatever he wanted to him, including whatever he wanted to him. So he didn't, but that's why he didn't end up doing that, but that's what he wanted to do. 196. Patach ve'amam. He opened and said, the Zohar continues, Ha'omer lacheres v'lo yizrach uva'ad kochavim yachtom. In the book of Job, it says, who commands the sun not to shine? Who seals up the stars? Come and see. Shiva kochavaya avad kutshabrichu be'ikiyah. The Creator created 7 planets, 7 stars, 7 planets in the heavens. 7 planets correspond, of course, to the 7 sfirot, right? Chesed Gvura Tiferet Netzach Hod Yisod Malchut. But they also correspond to the 7 planets of creation, right? We know there are more than 7 planets, of course, but the 7 heavenly bodies, or whatever you call them, that you can see with the naked eye, are us being on Earth. So from Earth, you can see the moon, Mars, the sun, Venus, Mercury, Saturn, and Jupiter. And they correspond to the 7 Sefirot, of course, as well. We know we meditate on them during the Arba and the letters of the month, right? Different letters created each of these signs. Right now, we're in the month of Nisan, so the letter Ma'adim is the letters Dalet and Hey. So the letter Dalet created Mars. So each of the signs have a different letter. We know from the Arba. So the Creator says that, the Zohar says that in creation, the Creator created these seven forces, and every one of the firmaments, every one of the levels of the heaven, there are many numerous ministers or servants, to serve the Creator. So we're talking about, of course, different forces and angels, that we know that every one of these planets, for example, has an angel, right? That's why people used to worship different planets. They were worshiping the angel of that planet, like the sun. People worship the sun. The sun is not a god. The sun is a spiritual force. There's an angel behind the sun. It's obviously a very powerful angel, but it's not obviously God. So each of these have different angels, and many, many other, as Zohar says, each of these levels has, of the 7 Sfirot, has many, many, many levels and forces and angels. 197. Begin the late lach shamasha omemana, because the Zohar says there is no attendant or appointee, there are no forces. The late pulchada v'shimush elamare, that there are no forces that don't have a unique job, unique task for the Creator or their master. V'kaime kochad v'chad alahu shimusha ditpakta be, and each one stands to perform their unique task for the Creator. And each one knows specifically exactly what it's supposed to do. So we learn about angels, we understand that every angel has its unique job. There is an angel for, as you said, all the planets. There's an angel for every day of the year, right? Every month of the year, every week, every second, every minute, there's an angel that is responsible for it. As the Zohar even teaches, as the Talmud teaches, that there's an angel responsible for every blade of grass, every drop of rain. This world is run by these forces, by these angels. There's an angel that makes your heart beat. There's an angel, as we learned, that taught your soul everything in this world. There's an angel maybe for every atom in our world. So every angel knows exactly what it's supposed to do. And we want to learn from the angels how every angel knows its job, and therefore there is perfect peace between the angels. Why is there not peace in our world? Why is there jealousy and judgment and war and negativity in our world? Because we do not know our job. We do not fulfill our unique purpose. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm trying to do what someone else is supposed to be doing, or I'm not clear on what I'm supposed to be doing. And therefore, There's me trying to do your job, you trying to do my job. In the temple, for example, you have to do specifically your job. If it is, it's not about okay, let anyone do the job is done. No, if the specific person did not do their specific job, they'd be killed. There was death, right? We see this not this portion because we're going to read it only after Pesach. Portion of Shmini, the two sons of Aaron, they went and they did a job, and they probably did a good job, but it wasn't their job, and therefore they died when they brought the Torah, Nadav and Aviv. Everything in the temple corresponds to how everything worked in the spiritual realms. If you did someone else's job, even if you had better consciousness, even if you did it right, sudden death, just like the angels. Every angel does a specific job, just like our body. When cells start to rebel against the rest of the body, when a certain part of the body doesn't do what it's supposed to be doing, the person, God forbid, is sick. Our world is sick because we're not doing our job. The angels do their job perfectly. Paragraph 198. Uminhon mishamshei b'shlichuta demarehon. And some of them serve their master, serve the Creator. Vitpaktan ba'alma akol ovadehon divnei nasha. And they are responsible for overseeing everything that we do down here, all of humanity's deeds. Uminhon dekameshabchin le. Some of the angels, they are responsible for praising the Creator through song and praise. Ve'inu nipaktan ashirata. And they are responsible, they oversee song and praise in the world. Even though they are responsible, one is responsible for this, one is responsible for that, one is responsible for song. There is not a single force in all the heavens and all the spiritual realms, and all the planets and constellations and stars. There is not a force in this entire universe that doesn't praise the Creator. There's not a force in creation that doesn't recognize the greatness, the presence of the light, except for us. All of creation, it says, has a moment of praise for the Creator. How many days could a person pass and not think of the Creator once? How many times do we find ourselves judging and people think cursing their lives at the Creator? All of creation can experience the Creator's endless light. It is only us who find ourselves with that challenge, and that's because we have free will. Praying and praising and appreciating the Creator is what puts us in affinity with all of creation. Right? That's how did Abraham learn about the Creator? Just by nature. Just by nature. And it's actually Abraham, I only realize now, Abraham was the one who instituted the first prayer. Abraham instituted Shacharit. Abraham instituted the morning prayer, which we'll mention today as well. Because Abraham learned from all of creation. All of creation is praising the Creator, not praising because God needs our praise. But by praising, we also have on Pesach, one of the greatest times of Hallel, of praise of the Creator with this psalms and everything, is not for the Creator, but the numerical value of Hallel, Lamed Lamed Hey, right? Hey Lamed Lamed, but it's from the 72 names, Lamed Lamed Hey, which is Hakli, it's the vessel. When you praise the Creator, you create a vessel to receive the light of the Creator. God doesn't need our praise. We need a vessel. We need to create a way to handle all the Creator's light. Why are the angels and all the forces of the universe perfectly guided and guiding this world? Because they praise the Creator, because they appreciate, they experience the Creator always. That's the secret. Be in affinity with all of creation. And then we'll be totally connected to our path. That's also Pesach, right? And Eliyahu explained, the light of Pesach is to bring the presence of the Creator to people's consciousness. If people felt the light, if people felt the Creator, if they realized the Creator is king, the Creator rules over everything, nothing happens randomly, it's all from the light, everything would be different. We would actually be allowing the Creator to rule our world and not our egos to rule this world. What a beautiful world we would live in. Paragraph 199. Now the Zohar is going to go into some of the detail of the praise of creation. Every night, Kedain Iparshan Tlat Sitin Mashirya. There are the night is split into three camps, three parts. We learned about this before, how there's what's called the watches of the night. The first watch is the first 4 hours of the night, right? The night is split into 12 hours, 12 equal hours, just like the day is split into 12 equal hours. So even if the sun rises at right, like in London, I think it's going to rise 6:40 or something soon. You see, it's getting light. 6:40, and then it'll set probably around 7:30 or something tonight. Now that we changed the clocks, let's see. Yeah, so exactly 7:30. So you split that time up. That's the hours of the day, and then 7:30 to 6:40. That's the hours of the night. And it says that the night is split into three parts, and that's why also in the temple there were three watches, three shifts at nighttime, because it corresponds to the shifts of the angels in the spiritual realms. Now, during these three times of the night, they correspond to the three directions of the world. Right column, left column, central column. And we learned a lot about this already when we learned about the power of prayer. I think it was the last portion of Vayeshev, a very beautiful section about, oh yeah, here it is, about the times of the night and prayer and everything. On each side, each level, elef alfin v'ribo, hundreds of thousands, no, millions of forces of angels, v'chulu memanan al shirata, and they are all responsible for song, for praise for the Creator. Can you imagine when you awaken appreciation for the Creator, especially at nighttime? That's what King David would do. You are joining the hundreds of thousands, the millions of angels who are doing exactly the same thing. That's also why it's good to pray before sunrise, because at sunrise is also where creation all connects, all praises the Creator. That's why you hear the birds chirping and all the animals are waking up and everything, because all the animals and all the forces and all the angels, they are all awakening their appreciation for the Creator. Paragraph 200. It's exciting. Another 100 paragraphs of Zohar. Tilat Masher Yaninun. And these three hosts of angels, there are these three. Vechad Chevata Kadisha Memanan Alayhu. And there is one chaya, one living creature, which is called the Nukva, that oversees all those other forces. Vekaima Alayhu, and stands over them, oversees them. Vechulu Kameshabchan Leilekuchabrichu. And they all praise the Creator. Adat Tzafra. At nighttime, during these three shifts, all these forces praise the Creator until the morning comes. Now, we also know, by the way, the nighttime is also where all the negative forces are present. So it's interesting to see how both that happens at the same time. Kadat Tzafra, when the morning comes, called Inu Nivistad Darom, all those in the south, the south side, which represents the side of Chesed, Bechol Kochavaya de Nahare, and all the shining stars, which represent the angels. Kulu Mishabchan, they all awaken praise. And they all sing song of praise to the Creator. As it says, as it says in Job, when the morning stars sang together and all the divine beings shouted for joy. What does Beron Yachad Kochvei Voker mean? One is when the morning stars sing together. Beron Yachad Kochvei Voker. Ilen Kochavaya Divistad Darom. They represent the stars in the south. The south representing the side of right column of Chesed. As it says, Vayeshev Avraham Baboker. That's why it says that Abraham, which represents Chesed, he woke up in the morning. That Abraham woke up early in the morning. That was Abraham's time. Abraham was Chesed, the morning time, the right column. Vayariu kol bnei Elohim, when it says that, and all the divine beings shouted for joy. These represent the forces of the left column, of Gvura. Kelilu bimina, that are included in the right column. So this verse is speaking about the unification of the right and left column, but all, which represents the central column, but all for the praise, for the appreciation, for the revelation and light of the Creator. Paragraph 201. Uchdein, saf l'nair, and therefore when the morning shines, as daylight breaks, V'Yisrael natle shirata, and Israel also takes their song, and they also praise the Creator, bimama, during the day, tlat zinin bimama, 3 times a day. Right? As we know, we have the morning prayer, shacharit, corresponding to Abraham, right column chesed. We have the afternoon mincha prayer, left column for Isaac. And then at nighttime, we have the evening prayer for the central column of Yaakov, of Jacob. These represent the 3 prayers a day that are instituted by Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that correspond to the sacrifices that took place in the temple. And they correspond to the 3 shifts at night. So there's the 3 watches at night. And then we, that all of creation prays. And then we, during the day, we join and we also awaken our praise 3 times a day. And they exist one according to the other. They stand opposite each other. Until the glory, the honor of the Creator is awakened, let's say, both at night and during the day. We also know that night represents, day represents times when we feel the light. So appreciating the Creator when we feel the light, appreciating the Creator on the highs, and the night represents times when we don't feel the light. Appreciating the Creator, staying connected to the Creator even in the lows, even in the time of exile, of disconnection. And the Creator ascends through these 6 levels, meaning 3 of the night, 3 of the day, which means the Creator's light is manifested in our world, experienced in our world. It's through these prayers, right? It's through this appreciation that creates a vessel for the Creator's light. Paragraph 202. This holy creature, the nukva, as we said, the malchut, that stands above everything, that stands over everything above, as we said. Just as they stand over all the other forces and angels, they also stand over us down here below. In order to make sure everything is perfect as it should be, everything is fixed as it should be, everything goes as it should. What does it say about the Malchut, about the Nukva? As it says in Proverbs, that she rises while it is still night, supplies provisions for her household, the daily fare of her maids. What does Vatiten Ter mean? And supplies provisions for her household. Elain Inun Mashiriam Dilela. These represent the spiritual forces, the hosts, the camps up above. V'chok in the spiritual realm. And then when it says in the next part of the verse, and daily fare for her maids, what does that mean? Elain Mashiriam Disalatata. They represent Israel down below. So the Malchut provides and corresponds to everything up above and us down below. And therefore, the Creator's light and glory and appreciation ascends on all sides, is awakened on all levels, both above and below. The Creator's light shines equally, both in the spiritual realm and down in our world, which means we can experience the Creator's endless light. And therefore, everything stands in the with the Creator's permission, with the Creator's light, and everything is according to the Creator's desire. What would this world look like if everything was really in accordance with the Creator's desire? Would there be pain? Would there be sadness? Would there be death? Would there be darkness? Absolutely not. Our world is not in accordance to the Creator's desire. It is up to us through our appreciation, through our, what the Zohar is calling praise, through our consciousness and experiencing the light in every moment, that we bring the Creator's light down to this world, that we make the Creator's light present in this world. It's not about standing on a street corner and telling people to appreciate God. People do that. Maybe that's what they're supposed to be doing. That's not what the Zohar here is talking about. The Zohar is talking about through your consciousness, through your actions, through your light, through your sharing, through your love, you bring the Creator's light down to this world. You manifest the Creator's desire, which is to share endlessly, to share the Creator's endless love down into our world. And we do that through our actions of sharing, through our connections of love, through our restriction and removing everything that blocks the Creator's light, which is our own ego and our own selfishness. And then the Creator's light can manifest here for all of us. We'll continue with paragraph 203, more beautiful teachings. We're going to go more into everything happening with Joseph, more about the prayer and everything, about everything going on with Joseph and his process. Thank you for joining, everyone. Excited for this very powerful week. Once again, pay attention to the days we have our studies this week. We only have a few, so you don't want to miss them. And by the way, during this time around Pesach, many people are traveling, going to LA and family, different places. It's a great opportunity to let them know about our beautiful daily Zohar study that we get to connect every day to the light of the Zohar together. We're also, through the daily Zohar, of course, we're bringing the Creator's light into our lives and to the world. So it's a great opportunity to also let people know about our amazing connection every day. Lots of love, everyone. Have an amazing day. Final day of the 12 days of Aries, manifesting all this light for the year. Have an amazing day, guys. Lots of love.